Yo, what's good, everybody? It is your boy Golden Falls, Golden What Ifs, whatever you want to call me, and I am back. This is the finale of What If Isagi had a mind control weapon. Obviously, it took me a while to get around to finishing this series. Sorry about that, but we are back and we are finishing it up. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoy the series, the rest of the series. And yes, we only go to the U20 match because that's where the anime is. I know a lot of you are like, please, can you go further? Honestly, the only reason why I don't go further is because throughout this entire kind of channel, I've, for the most part, only have gone strictly with the anime. I have sometimes gone through the manga, but I don't really want to do that with Blue Lock. I'd much rather stick with just the anime, and then when the anime gets adapted, which I'm sure it will pretty damn soon in the next, I don't know how long, but sooner rather than later, I will continue on as well. I do have plans to possibly remake / redo some of the older what ifs that I've done with Isagi. But with that said, I don't want to waste much more of your time because I want to get right into it. So let's get it. Isagi Yoichi has one plan, one thing, and one motive, and that is to completely and utterly change Ryosei Shido. Shido is at a point in his soccer career, or football career, that he's kind of on a different wavelength than every single person. Shido, well, he only wants goals. He thirsts for them, wants for them, and he is a very selfish player. So, the one and only Jinpachi ego is giving Isagi one chance to change Shido and create something out of him and create that chemical reaction. And of course, that's exactly what they're going to do in their match, or their match that they're going to have in a 5 versus 5. For starters, Isagi starts off pretty damn basic, and that's straight up telling Rin that they're gonna be having fun and playing through Shido this time around and seeing if they can really get him to cooperate, really get him to be that X factor. And for the first part of the match, this 5 versus 5, there really is no way of getting him to be that X factor. I mean, Isagi even sets him up for a goal or sets him up in a certain way, thinking that this could be their explosive 1-2 combo, but it just ends up being a very simple goal from Shido while his back is toward the goal. It seems like Shido is only in it for himself, and Isagi, well, he tells him that they can make something explosive, make something gorgeous, make something absolutely mouth-watering if they just work together. Come on, little demon, work with me. In which Isagi tells Shido this and wants for Shido to do more, and as the play would kind of ensue and everything would kind of set up for itself, Isagi would see Rin as he would pass it up. Rin would immediately be looking for his own goal, but this time around, when Rin would actually go set up and try to shoot that said goal, already being up 2 goals of course, Isagi would watch as Rin would shoot it, and this is where things would change drastically, because Shido would jump out of nowhere and he would basically steal the ball from Rin. And this right here would change Rin's just headspace entirely. What the hell is he doing? I had the goal, I had it right there, but he stole the ball. What is he doing? Shido stands there with his back toward the goal, unwilling to pass initially. That's until Isagi runs up. Isagi looks at Shido and tells him, pass the ball. And as he does this, Shido would look like he's genuinely going to shoot to score a goal, but it's not to score. It's to actually send a pass, a blazing pass to Isagi that nobody is expecting. So much so that the pass is so easy to get a hold of and score his own goal. Isagi just smiles and smirks and he looks at Shido. He tells him that was good, really good, but he wants him to want to pass the ball almost as much as he wants to score the most glorious goal he's ever seen in his life, in which Shido would feel this kind of unwavering feeling about football. It has awakened him in a way that he doesn't even understand. There is kind of this want and desire to set up a goal by taking all of the shine from everybody collapsing and trying to stop him, everybody collapsing and trying to abruptly end him or his kind of chance at scoring. But him doing that, he takes all the shine and then he releases it, passing the ball easily to Isagi and letting him score. And it's almost like he's taken on all of this shine, this impact, and he's getting all the glory even though he's passing the ball. There's something that Isagi has done within the mind of Shido and has done especially on this football field, changing his perspective and changing his mindset entirely. Not that he doesn't want to score his own goals, because you know damn well he wants to be or wants to, but he now knows that he can not only be the X factor when he receives the ball, but he can be the X factor no matter how the ball leaves his damn foot. And that right there makes him feel a certain way, makes him feel like he is the end all be all, that he has truly written the script. And at this point, everyone is just signing away their football careers, and it's all in the hands of the devil himself, Shido, Ryosei Shido, in which this makes him feel a way nobody could possibly even imagine. At the end of the day, this is what he wants. What he wants is to have that shine. What he wants is to have everybody, every single person, look at him like he is the absolute end all be all, like he is the unstoppable force that, well, leads the pathway to success. Shido wants his goals, but if he can't have them, then he might as well be the absolute component to having goals be scored no matter what. And this is when Jinpachi Ego sees with his own eyes that Shido, well, he could be something else, that he can be the true chemical reaction on that field, all through two people, Rin and Isagi. Shido could be standing on that field side by side with them, running from side to side, running from goal to goal, and they will score every single time. And that's what he believes, and that's what he truly believes. But what if we created a monster, created something else, and now we have to fork over Frankenstein? Now you have to fork over the monster you created. Because the only way that this game continues, the only way the U20 match even happens, well, that's if Ryosei Shido joins the U20 team, the under-20 Japan team, because Sai Itoshi said so. Japan's star offensive midfielder says he needs someone else. He needs one person. And he's been watching. He's been watching very closely. And he wants one striker that is different and absolutely unpredictable than the rest. Ryosei Shido is the devil he wants to control and the demon he wants to let loose. Which this doesn't bode well for the Blue Lock 11. Of course, Isagi is pissed. Isagi is absolutely frustrated Jinpachi Ego would even bring him in and tell him to calm down, to be prepared, because he created the monster. Now it's his time to kill it, and he can do just that. This planning stage, this idea of creating Shido into the striker they wanted wasn't just for Shido. It was also for Isagi. Every last person on that field, every single one of them that watched Isagi do what he did, every single person that watched on the television that watched Isagi do what they did or what he did will now follow along. Isagi was able to turn somebody who is the most selfish, egotistical football player to ever grace Blue Lock into an obedient dog. Imagine what he can create out of a bunch of other strikers who have different talents. Ego tells him that this is just the beginning and that this game is where he truly will awaken. In which, not too long after that, the games would surpass and end, and they would be walking down the tunnel before you even know it. The U20 match to determine everything that happens to the Blue Lock 11 is about to be upon us. And Isagi walks down that corridor, and when he looks to his left, he sees somebody. No, it's not your insanely strong and powerful and talented Oliver Aiku, the captain of the Japan U20 team. No, it's not your offensive star midfielder Saitoshi, and it's definitely not your center forward / offensive midfielder Shoto Sendu. No, not the star player, not the one that brings in the money, and not the captain. Because when he looks over to his left, he sees Shido, the devil himself. Isagi would look at him and tell him that they helped each other. They truly did. They worked together, they played together, and they created something beautiful. But now that something is gone. And now it's time for him to lose. In which, of course, Shido thinks absolutely otherwise, telling him that there's nobody here that's going to lose. The only person that's going to lose is him. And Isagi tells him that he's never going to show and shine the way he can without him on the field. It's just not the same. He will never, ever create the absolute shine that he wants to without the help of Isagi. In which this would get into Shido's head just a little bit, but Isagi would say that he'll probably see him soon. Maybe. Because he is a substitute, right? I mean, honestly, only donkeys are substitutes. In which they walk out that tunnel and Shido is pissed. Shido is absolutely livid and he wants to show Isagi exactly what he can do. But the first half of this match, with Blue Lock 11 facing off with the Japan U20 team, well, this first half belongs to the 11 and belongs to Blue Lock, the strikers among all. Because guess what? Isagi and Rin, they've already created their chemical reaction, and this chemical reaction puts the U20 team on their heels pretty damn quickly. Isagi and Rin would immediately be explosive, setting out to exactly what they want to do, setting up an insane goal for Nagi only 10 minutes into the game. 10 minutes into the game, Isagi would set up Nagi, and Nagi would hit one of the most beautiful goals the world has ever seen, and it would set the place to silent. But soon after that silence would break, the place would explode. Everybody, every single person on the U20 team would be in shock. Absolutely in shock. Japan's U20 team looks like it's cracking already, and this was a basically a goal that even Oliver Aiku could not foresee, and a goal that Oliver Aiku was not ready for. And this would lead them into their first real defensive possession, where Isagi is waiting and ready for whatever and whoever is to come. But everything gets played through one person, and that one person is Saitoshi, and he isn't backing down just yet. Saitoshi would set things on fire because he begins to push the pace quicker than you could possibly imagine. And it seems that the defense of, Blue Lock is cracking under the pressure of the star himself, Saitoshi. But soon, out of absolutely nowhere, Isagi would replace Rin as he's covering Saitoshi, and he tells Sai that he's never going to get past him, that he's never going to be good enough. In which, of course, Sai would just kind of ignore this initially, but when Isagi would begin kind of messing with him, forcing him in different directions and forcing him in ways that he doesn't understand, and then he would steal the ball, Isagi would continue to absolutely mess with his mind and mess with his head, especially when he says that it seems like little brother has already surpassed him, especially when he passes the ball up to Rin, who goes one-on-one with Oliver Aiku, and he hits one of the most beautiful right-footed curves, landing directly in that top left corner pocket. And it's a beautiful one, getting right by the goalie and setting up Blue Lock with a 2-0 lead, or 2-0, in a matter of just 20-ish minutes. It's insane to think about. It's insane to see it. But Blue Lock is already putting them on their heels, and it seems like they may need that substitution quicker than you could imagine. But Saitoshi himself, he's not giving up just yet. He tries to find his way through the defense, find his way through Isagi, Rin, and many others that are currently trying to defend him, and he tries to find his supposed superstar striker, setting him up for a beautiful chance at a goal. But guess what? He isn't ready for it, because it's just out of reach and he's unable to get there. And of course, Saitoshi is just shaking his head, thinking that this is disgusting. Him playing this guy, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that he's going to call himself a striker. Ridiculous that he's going to let a team of strikers look better than him at his only job. In which, of course, he would feel absolutely pissed that Sai is basically calling him out for this. But is he wrong? I don't think so. I think he's far from wrong, and he continues to show why he's at a different level than everyone else. And Sai continues to try his best to basically set up another goal for his team, but with the clock winding down, with halftime coming very soon, another goal looks to be in the absolute eyes of Isagi Yoichi, as Isagi would set his two-man game up once again with Rin, but also adding in Bachira with his insane dribbling. Isagi would create a pathway while he's basically mind controlling these defenders into missing Bachira wildly. Bachira would see this, and he would watch Isagi fly into the open area, and as he does, he passes it up to him as Oliver Aiku tries to jump up and get the ball that is in the air. But it seems like Oliver Aiku falls a little bit too much to the side of where the ball was going to land, leading to Isagi intercepting it, taking the ball, and he has one singular man to beat. The goalie that stands firmly in front of the goal, staring at his face, Isagi would look and he would shoot his goal right down the middle with one tiny little tap, and the goalie would immediately jump toward a ball that isn't even there, as the ball would roll in and nobody would understand what's happening. Sai is watching all of this happen as they're down 3-0 and it's already about to be halftime, sending them all into the locker rooms, and Isagi sits there, silent, no smile, locked in, wanting to finish the job. Because Isagi is thinking that he didn't only create Ryusei Shido into a monster, he created himself into one as well. And well, he's gonna be able to really try out this idea when the monster would go against the devil very soon. And even Jinpachi Ego tells him that they're gonna be making some slight adjustments here and there, but other than that, the 11 on the field, they're ready to go and they're ready to play. But early in the next or the second half, or early in the last half, they would make some adjustments. Making these adjustments, it wouldn't be what you would think, because Jinpachi Ego would give all the reins to Isagi, and Isagi would put into place what he wants to see. And what he wants to see is a red blur sprinting down the sideline that can never be stopped. Isagi asked Shiguri, "Are you tired? Are you hurting? Is your legs feel like they're going to explode? If not, step onto that field and prove to everybody why you are going to be the #1 striker in the world." In which he tells him this, and Shiguri is ready to go. Like he just unleashed something that this U20 match hasn't even seen yet, and they've already been getting beaten senseless. But like I said before, there's a devil coming, and he's ready for action. And soon, he would get his feast. Because very quickly, Saitoshi would set up Shido for a goal quickly that would put them at a 3-1, still down, but having Blue Lock spiraling, at least for the moment, until Isagi gets their heads on straight and he tells Shido that was a nice goal. Beautiful one, actually. Everybody was in shock and awe, but everyone's about to be shocked, and it's going to be a lot of pain that is about to ensue, because Isagi sets up something that nobody was expecting. Their two-man game with him and Rinatoshi would crumble as Isagi would see the pieces unfold, as the absolute red blur would come screaming across the field, and Isagi would pass the ball where only he can get it. There's only one person fast enough, only one person that can reach that ball. But he's not only going to reach it, he's going to manipulate it. He's going to score it, and he's going to show everybody here that Hyoma Chiguri has entered this game. And immediately with a pass that every defender thinks should be cleared, they're shouting it, clear it, clear it. That's too far. It's too long, too far of a pass. They're all wrong. With one stretch of his leg, with one push off from his other, he reaches out and he taps the ball with enough momentum to have it scream past the goalie, as the goalie would whiff as it goes right over his head, and Chiguri would score, putting them up 4-1. Of course, this is when, well, Saitoshi would seek for his own goal and retribution to show everybody here that it's not over just yet. And Sai, well, with a ton of struggle and with time waning down, would get his goal and would put them 4-2. But Saitoshi would know that they are running this game right now against the clock. And with the way that Blue Lock is playing, they have no idea what's to come next. And before you could possibly even know it, the devil would be shut down for a red blur monster, and the devil or Shido would be completely crumbling. The little guy, the little demon that was supposed to be their X Factor is now crumbling at their feet. Crumbling at the pressure that Isagi is giving. And of course, Isagi told him exactly what was going to happen, especially when they stepped on this field. Isagi would then shake his head as he knows that this game is over. Saitoshi even knows this game is over, and Jinpachi Ego and everybody else, they never would have thought that this game would have ended like this, with a final goal from Isagi that didn't even matter necessarily, but it was more of a statement that every single person, every single striker, every single player will fall to their knees because of him. Isagi Yoichi is going to be the greatest striker, not only in Japan, but the entire world. And that is not a prediction, it's a spoiler. Isagi tells that to the cameras that bombard him after the game is set and the match is ended. And Isagi, well, he put Blue Lock on his back and he carried them to where that needed to be. But there's so much more that's to come for Blue Lock. With Blue Lock finally rising to the occasion and the money and all of these sponsors start funneling into Blue Lock once again, the Blue Lock era continues, but the story of this Isagi ends for now. But if you enjoyed, show some love. Leave a like, leave a sub, leave a comment down below, all that good stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the series. Like I've said before, I'll get better at these U20 matches as I go on, especially depending on the weapon. I have some ideas for certain weapons, like depending on, or different skills, stuff like that. But with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope all y'all have an amazing day. Later.